So, I had someone ask me today, basically, what it was like working on the night shift. Mostly because last time they came here, they were walking through the library, well, one of our libraries, and they heard this woman say, "Hey, sir, could you please help me with something?" And as they turned to look, there was no one there. They looked around the different corners and stuff, and they couldn't find anybody. And this tends to happen a lot at night. Like, I get stories from the nurses all the time of being spooked. Although it's never really spooked me, probably because it doesn't really... None of it feels malevolent. Like, I've felt malevolent things. But most of it, it just seems... Now, yes, I've had a lot of run-ins at work. I've had voices, a lot of voices, but most of the time I see people. Yes, I know, the wonderful, I see dead people. I figured this was common. I'm pretty sure it's still common if people are in areas enough. I think most of the time we ignore it, because we see people all the time. I mean, it's just, it's a little bit easier to go, wait a second, when you're in a place where, a lot of death happens, like an old folks' home, or a cemetery, what have you. Now, I never really find a lot of ghosts in cemeteries, personally. Mostly because that's not where people live. That's where bodies go. But, around here, I got, call it what you want. I see ghosts all the time. Most of the time it just seems like people waiting. Usually I will see a heightened amount of ghosts, usually just before someone dies, or just after someone dies. But most of the time it's just before someone dies. I will see a massive amount of ghosts. Usually if they're waiting around to take someone home. As you can tell, I'm doing one of my nightly walks again. Out and around, making sure everything's safe and quiet and there's nobody lurking on the property. It's technically gated, but the gates aren't locked because we do allow 24/7 access, because this is someone's home. These are homes. These aren't, we're not an insane asylum. We do have people that need care of a psychiatric nature, usually because of Alzheimer's, dementia, or stuff like that. But this is their home. Their family should have access to them 24/7, and not all of them are, have Alzheimer's and problems like that. So if they want to go for a drive at midnight, it's their right. Go ahead, go do it. We're not going to stop them. We do lock the doors, but that's just so we can, if someone breaks in, we can arrest them for trespassing. Because if the doors aren't locked, they can technically say that they weren't trespassing. They thought it was a, some sort of non-private building or public building. And just, and also we keep the doors locked just that way. At night, there's only really me. There's me and a few nurses. And I'm the only one that really leaves the medical area. I sit and rest in the medical area and say hi to the nurses, stuff like that. But I go on patrol all the time. And also just to make sure that nobody's, fallen, gotten hurt, stuck somewhere. Because while the great majority of people here are independent living, they also want that little bit extra security to make sure that they're safe. Which is why I carry a phone with me, a work phone with me 24/7. I have a beeper and I have a bunch of other stuff that help keeps everyone safe. I try not to name where I work, but whatever. As long as I'm not allowed to show pictures of the inside, really, but they don't care about me walking on the outside. As long as I don't mention names or show any pictures of the residents, because this is their home. But yeah, no, just like the other day, I had a nurse talking, one of the new nurses talking about who that woman was in the white dress that kept walking down the aisle because she couldn't find who she was or where she was, and every time she went to find a nurse to go help her or to find out where she needed to go, she was gone. Well, a woman in the white dress, pretty sure I know who it is because she died about a week ago. But her husband's not dead yet, so I still think she's just waiting around for him. And it'll be a little while, I hope, before he goes, because he's still pretty cognitive, and I like to talk to him in the mornings. But there's a lot of that here at work. Like, I understand people are skeptical. I do. I mean, most of the stuff. Well, thank you for turning off just as I walk underneath you. That's great. But I mean, almost everything we don't know really how to measure or really codify ghosts, spirits, whatever they are. Like, all we have is testimonial on them. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but it doesn't mean they exist either. You either take my word for it or you don't. You know, that's basically what it comes down to. Could it be auditory hallucinations or hallucinations from walking late at night in a darkened corridor by yourself for hours? Heck yeah, it could. Do I think that's what it is? Personally, no. I like to think I'm a little more sane than that. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of ghosts here at work. Never really feel like there's one that I did feel malevolent. Really malevolent. Or just icky. I felt icky, that's what I did. I felt icky. I have no idea what it was. It's been here since, it went away a while ago, but it was here when I moved in, or when I started working here. And it was just here for a very long time. I can theorize where it went, how it got rid of, but doing so might dox some things, so I'm not going to say. I gotta make sure the camera points away because a lot of people are leaving their windows open tonight. They all think I'm crazy for walking around at night in a t-shirt. And I'm like, I think you guys are crazy for laying her up as much as you is. I mean, it's barely 20 degrees. Like, it's barely in the 20s. I think it's like 27, 28. I mean, that's not cold. And this is Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I don't remember Alright, now I've now done a circuit. So let's head back to the doorway where I'll say goodbye. But anyways, yeah. Just wanted to tell you guys a couple of spooky stories on a late night scroll. Update you all. I'm not dead. I'm over the flu, thankfully. We have another lizard in the family, which I will have to do a video over because she is adorable. She's a Euromastic, which is a lot like an ankylosaur, kind of. Her name is Rose, and she is adorable. I got a video of the snake, but the problem is I have to get rid of the audio in the background because I took the video when Frank was at work, so you can hear him talking to his boss in the background. He works for the government, so I don't want to post that on YouTube. If I don't get in trouble, he'll get in trouble, so I need to change the audio on that, and I'm not sure I want to because he's so cute in it, so I may just have to try to figure out a new one. The snake is just finished brumating. He woke up which is basically like their version of hibernating. But as soon as he woke up, he ate a couple meals and then went straight into shedding. So he's not very active or doing anything right now. And so sadly, we don't get to play with him as often. He's a cute guy. He's a lovely guy. Valjean is an awesome king snake. He's helped relieve a lot of I'm still scared of snakes. I will 100% admit I'm still scared of snakes, but I can handle Valjean. It's kind of like being scared of people, but not of a person. I'm still scared of snakes, but I'm not scared of Valjean. Yeah, so we got Glaurung Alice, the cat, Glaurung, the bearded dragon, Rose, the Uromastic, and Valjean, the king snake, which is a snake that eats other snakes. Although we don't feed him other snakes, we feed him mice and other stuff because he can eat whatever. He's a cutie. They're all cuties. I'll have to give you guys another bathing of, because now that I fixed his bathtub and put a grate on the bottom of it to make it rougher, his claws can actually stick to it, and he's been much more happy with it. Anyways, that's been an update on Joe's vlog. Hopefully I'll get you guys some more videos on model building here soon. I'm working on, I've almost finished cleaning up the floor of the other room. And if Dave doesn't get to it tomorrow, I'll pull up it doesn't need to be pulled up, just needs to be rolled up and thrown away. We got trash coming soon, so it'd be good to fill that in. Oh, look, little ice crystal. Yep, little ice crystals forming on my beard.